Hey, how y'all doing out there? Y'all already know who it is. It's Granna. So you know it's time to let's hop into a little conversation, okay? All right, guys, we're like the last week of October. This is it. We're like a day or so, day and a half away from Halloween. So safe trick-or-treating to all the trick-or-treaters that's going to be out there on tomorrow, trick-or-treating, for getting their little goodies and all that. I think some of the people had some trick or trunks and different things over the weekend that they had set up for the kids, but a lot of places are, even though Halloween is on a Tuesday this week and it's a school night, they're still doing trick-or-treating on actual Halloween night. So safe trick-or-treating to all the little trick-or-treaters that's going to be out there, okay? All right, guys, let me just hop into this little conversation. I really have been trying to stay away from Love and Marriage Huntsville. I try to stay away from all the reality shows because it just seemed like they're just starting to get so far, in my opinion, just messy, just too much messy and drama. So yes, we're here for the drama, we're here for the entertainment, but I think sometimes these reality shows and these executives, the producer, these people that's in charge of these shows go to the extreme to make sure they get these ratings that they need, regardless of what comes with that, regardless of how these ladies are treating each other and how these ladies get so disrespectful with each other. They'll do anything to get these ratings. So I understand all that. Okay. However, there got to be some type of limit, on some of this stuff. I know you all saw Love and Marriage, not this weekend, but the weekend before that, because they have been showing clips all the way up to they aired this episode where KeKe threw the drink on Latisha. Okay, I totally disagreed with that whole situation. The whole situation that was totally unacceptable, uncalled for, and disrespectful on KeKe part of throwing that drink in Latisha's face. Okay, now this KeKe allegedly got her own issues going on, allegedly, with this shoplifting and all this kind of stuff. So first of all, she need to be worried about her situation and what she has going on. Okay, now she said to Melanie and I think to Stormy or whoever that she had been trying to reach out to Latisha to let her know allegedly about this threesome that Marceau had. And doing this, she has tried to set up a meeting and Latisha didn't show up, okay? And Latisha wasn't trying to hear anything, even allegedly when this ex-boyfriend called her and they was doing three-way or whatever, that Latisha wasn't trying to hear it. So that should have told KeKe right there, leave it alone. She don't want to hear anything you got to say about her husband. She don't want to hear nothing about no threesome. She don't want to hear anything. So leave it alone. So why are you still staying on it and on it and on it and still picking at her to allegedly have, to still be picking at her about this allegedly three-way affair that Marceau had? She already done told you and shown you she don't want it. She don't want to have any dealing with it. She don't want to have anything to do with it. So leave it alone. You need to, oh my God. KeKe need to worry about her own mess and stay out of Latisha's mess. Latisha has been married to Marceau over 15 years. I'm thinking now because a couple of episodes ago they was talking about they had been married 15 years. So they're right at 17, 18, right there knocking at the years of 20 years together. So whatever's going on in their marriage, whatever they got going on, she knows. KeKe is not as, Latisha is not as naive as people think she is. She's not. And I know there are things that Marceau manipulate in his favor and make him look like he has all this control and charges over her. And there are some things that Marceau does that puts her in situations with the other ladies in the group that I feel she should step up more about. But that's not what we're talking about right now. We're talking about the disrespect and the throwing of I don't know what was in that cup. I don't know if it was water. I don't know if it was soda, wine, but whatever it was a full cup because she really dashed her. So that's what we're talking about right now. KeKe throwing this beverage in Latisha's face, and how disrespectful that was. I think KeKe came there with the agenda of confronting Latisha about this threesome and getting some attention on that, to try to draw away any attention that may come her way with this allegedly shoplifting and her being on crime watcher. I mean, I'm gonna say allegedly because first of all, I don't have any money, so KeKe, don't come for me because I ain't got no money. But we saw this on TV. This is what the news broadcasters brought to us on TV with her face and this and that, and saying she was wanted through Crime Watcher and all this stuff. So she came there with the intent, in my mind, this is just my opinion, and that's what it's about, Granna's opinion, to throw all that off of balance so it wouldn't even come her way. She turned that corner going to Kim and them house like she was ready. It was on. It was ready. Okay, when you got there and Tisha did not want to greet you, hug you, speak to you or anything, that should have been it. You let her stay over there in her space and you stay over here in your space. That was it. But once you saw that Latisha was not going to acknowledge you, she was not going to give you any type of opening to start anything with her, you took it to the next level. KeKe took it to the next level at that point because she saw she was not getting any type of raw from Latisha. Latisha was not going to open that door and let her come in there and start anything. She continually to ignore her. She ignored her when they were sitting there, and she going to get there and Stormy trying to play cards with them, and she going to get all up in Stormy ear. You hear me? You listening to me? And, Stormy trying to figure out what the hell is going on. So she was going to make sure that somehow she got that attention on her. And she put all this stuff out there, allegedly about this threesome. Okay? Leave it alone. I mean, man, I don't know why people want to be up in other people's marriage or a situation or whatever the way they are. I understand on these reality shows they do that to make themselves more relevant, especially when they don't have anything to bring to the table. That's all I'm saying. If you don't have nothing to bring to the table, then you got to pick someone in the group that you can, dig or get a little mess on and keep that going and keep stirring up that mess so that you can have something relevant to bring to the show. That's what the show is about, drama. So like I said, she got this stuff going on with her allegedly with shoplifting, but she can't talk about that because she has her lawyers. So she got to keep stirring the pot to bring this stuff up with Latisha, stuff that has nothing to do with her. Everybody has issues that goes on within their marriage. A lot of people, they keep it and they keep it inside. They talk about it a little bit. Maurice and Kimmy talk a little bit about their sex drive going down and not having sex or whatever. Courtney and them may talk a little bit about it. Let me just say, I commend Courtney, Stormy husband, for not even going to this barbecue because that's the thing you do when you don't want to put yourself in a messed up situation or get involved with drama. You stay away from it. So he let Stormy know, I'm not going to this barbecue because there are people there I don't like, I don't agree with. And the best thing for me to do is stay away from there because I'm not trying to get in no situation. I'm not trying to mess up what our business and our brand and what we got going on and bring any negativity to it. That was the thing to do. That was the thing KeKe should have did. She shouldn't have took her butt up in there knowing she was feeling some kind of way towards Latisha. She shouldn't even went. She should have just stayed away because you've been staying away from everybody except for Melanie. And Melanie been reaching out to her and checking on her and this kind of stuff. I think she did have one meeting with Stormy or whatever. But you basically been isolating yourself and staying away from them because of your situation that you got going on over here. And you don't want nobody asking you no questions and all this kind of stuff. And you done already lawyered up. So why would you go to this barbecue and try to, blast Latisha like that when she done clearly showed you that she don't want to have any, she don't care. She don't want to hear nothing about what's going on with her husband and no threesome. This woman, y'all can say what y'all want to say. And like I said, she may not, there's been times I have not been the biggest fan of hers, for real. But she knows her husband. She been with this man too long. She knows what he do, what he don't do. She can read between the lines, what she want to, bring to his attention, or what she want to, call him out on, or have a discussion with him about, and what she don't, then she just let that dog just lie there. She knows what's going on. I've been married 40 plus years. So there are things that you pick and choose to attack and to act on. You pick and choose, So when you've married, I would say anybody married over 15 years to 20 years to over 30 years, you know your mate. You know enough that when you know enough that their character done changed and things are out of whack. Because when people start doing stuff, they change their character. And you know this. You notice these things, okay? But it was completely wrong. It was completely wrong what KeKe did. I have no love for that. That episode really pissed me off. I felt really bad for Latisha. She held her composure. She did a better job than a lot of women in that situation would have done. A lot of women would have throw their hands. It would have been a whole throwdown. Okay, there are like 3 things I hate when having conversation with people that they do that makes my temperature rise. Okay, if I'm having a conversation with someone on the phone and they hang up in my face, that pisses me off to the next level. If I'm having a conversation with someone and they throw a drink in my face during the conversation, I'm ticked. I'm really ticked, and I still might can hold my composure at that point. If I'm in a conversation with someone and they spit in my face, all my composure just goes out the door, goes out the window. I don't care. I'm finna put my hands on you when you do that, because that is the lowest low of blow that you could do to someone, to spit in their face, throwing a drink on them, hanging up in their faces. All that is totally disrespectful. And when you got to do that, that means you're not woman enough to take on that vocal disagreement that you may be having with someone, or you can't handle it just having a vocal dialogue back and forth with each other. If you can't handle having a vocal dialogue back and forth, and you've been, if you can't handle that, and you got to get to the point where you got to throw a drink on someone, you got to hang up in their face, or you got to spit on them, then you shouldn't even be in that conversation anyway. Because if you come at someone and y'all going back and forth word for word, and they word outweighing what your word is doing, you need to just back out. Just back out and just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. But no, that's when you see that your words are taking effect, or they're not sticking the way you want them to stick, because she was totally being ignored. Tisha was ignoring her. Tisha was over talking her and trying to get into this card game, and she couldn't handle it. And she know, you want to overtalk me? You want to overtalk what I'm trying to say? You gonna listen to what I gotta say? Bang! There go the glass. There go the glass. No. Wrong. KeKe was wrong. She was wrong. And really, in my opinion, in my eyes, I don't really see what KeKe brings to the table. It's nothing. I mean, I know people are trying to help keep her relevant by, checking on her and seeing what's going on with her and all this. That first conversation she had with Melanie, she was just all over the place. She done been to the hospital, out the hospital, this and that. And I'm not saying she hadn't been in the hospital, because I know when you got issues going on, you sometimes you can't control what's going on with your body. So I'm not saying anything about that. So that could be true. But she was just all over the place. Melanie was sitting there looking at her like, this girl is all over the place. But she was still showing support. So kudos to Melanie. She still was trying to show KeKe the support, because the group was coming down on her for her allegedly shoplifting. Okay. All right. That's all I got to say. That's just Granna's opinion about the KeKe and the Latisha drink tossing in the face. I didn't agree. It was totally disrespectful. And I just wanted to put my opinion out there about it. Okay. All right. You guys have a great day. Enjoy the rest of the day. If your little kitties are going to be out and about on tomorrow, trick-or-treating, just make sure they're safe. Make sure they're wearing something bright where they can be seen, and have a safe Halloween. All right. I'm going to talk to you guys later.